everybody, thank you for tuning into my channel. I know it's been a minute since I've done a video. I'm so bad with doing videos for my beauty channel, and the reason why is because I don't wear makeup every single day. I wear makeup maybe once a week. Lately I haven't been wearing makeup at all. That's why I'm not doing a favorites video, because I haven't bought anything. I haven't really worn any makeup. Some stuff happened last week, nothing bad, but if you follow my other channel, which is Candidly Kristen, then you know I had my boobs done. But if you want to know all about the information, follow that. That's not what this video is about. But I still love watching beauty videos. I still love doing beauty videos, but sometimes life just gets in the way. So yeah, and I also want to say that, you know, YouTube is not my only thing, so I have other stuff going on, so I can't get on here like 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes not even at all, sometimes not even in the week at all. So for my followers, subscribers who have been, you know, with me from the beginning, thank you. I appreciate everyone who comments and likes and everything. So with that said, let's start rambling and get into it. This video is about my favorite eyeshadow palettes, and I wanted to do this video to just let you know what palettes I love, what I love about them, and go from there. If you want to see like another video like favorite lipsticks or favorite blushes or foundations, let me know. I didn't know if anybody would care to see it, but if you do want to see it, let me know. I've been rambling for 2 minutes. Let's get going. The first palette that's one of my favorites is the Missy Lynn palette. I do have a review on this. I love this palette. It is great. I've been a fan of Missy Lynn's for many years, and so when she came out with the palette, I just got it because I'm so proud of her and of everything that she's done. So anyway, this is the palette. And these are the shadows right here. You know, when I first got it, I didn't know how I would feel about the purples, but I've worn the purples a few times and I love it. The eyeshadows are great. You can also use like this for a highlight on your cheeks. The baked highlighters are everything. You can also use these on your eyes. I mean, you can do so much with this palette. Even though there's purples in here, you can easily switch it up from a daytime to a nighttime. But I reach for this palette all the time. You know, it was at a point where I had to give it a break and use my other shadows. But this is the Missy Lynn palette, and I think it's still available at BH Cosmetics, I'm not sure, but that's one. And the next one is, which surprised me that it was so good, is the L'Oreal La Palette 1. I have number 2, but I haven't worn that as much. I think I've worn it like once, but this one is another one that I always reach for. I've never checked for L'Oreal's eye makeup at all. You know, I love their lipsticks. That's my favorite item from them. But I was pleasantly surprised at how good this palette is. It is a very good palette. Every shadow in here shows up fabulous. There's mattes in here, there's some satin finishes, and they blend so well, they last all day, and there's a mirror in here. This is a great palette for anyone who loves neutral shades, like myself. If you notice, there's going to be a pattern here when it comes to palettes. I love neutral palettes. But this is a great palette. You can get the drugstore. I want to say it's like $14. But you might say for drugstore that's a lot of money. But if you compare this to like Sephora, to MAC, you are really getting a deal. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 10 perfectly good shadows for $14. You really cannot go wrong. So if you don't have this palette, I recommend getting it. Next up is the Sonia Kashuk, that's it right, Sonia Kashuk, all matte palette. This palette, look how dirty it is. It is a mess. Are we gonna focus? Not gonna focus, are we? There we are. You see how dirty that is? Because that's how much I've been using it. And these are the shadows right here. I mean, there is nothing I can complain about this palette. It is just great. You have your, you know, your very light shades in here. You have your neutrals. You can do a great smoky eye with these. You can. This is a palette where you can easily switch it up from daytime with these top 2 rows to nighttime with these top 2 rows. The only thing I don't like is that there's not a mirror. So that's the only bad thing. But if you are a neutral lover, you can easily travel with this. Especially, you know, because I'm going out of town to Vegas, and this is a palette I would take. I'm not taking this palette, but I am going to show a palette that I'm taking. But really, really love that. Next up is a palette that is probably one of my favorites if I were to save any palette in my collection. If my makeup collection caught on fire, I don't know why it would, but it is the Naked palette, Naked Basics palette by Urban Decay. The minute I saw this like on beauty blogs, I was like, I've got to have that palette. I have to. It's just one of those things where you have to justify needing it. But it does come with the mirror, very large mirror, and these are the shadows right here. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen the Naked Basics. This is good because I can use it for just a quick eyeshadow look. I can smoke it out if I want to with this. It's just one of those, it's a great palette for a no makeup look, and I love it. I've traveled with this so many times, and it's compact. It can easily fit in your bag. If you have a small bag, you would have no problem with this, but yeah, I really, really do love this palette. Next up is another Urban Decay. It's Naked 2 Basics. A lot of people do not, focus? A lot of people do not like this palette. They say it looks muddy, they don't like it, but I really do like it. I'm going to show you what it is, show you this, but this is what it is right here. And I think when they say it looks muddy, they're talking about like these two shadows right here. I love this palette. I like mixing shadows from here with the first one. I really do like it. I mean, I've traveled with both Naked Basics palettes, and I mean, I just really, really like it. You know, every palette doesn't work for everybody, so yeah, there is that. Next up is from Too Faced, and it is the Too Faced Country palette. I didn't know if I would like this palette when I got it, just because I didn't know if I would use it as much, but after using it a lot, it's one of those palettes where I can quickly go to and create a look. Here it is right here. I absolutely love these shades. These shades are absolutely awesome. I love the pink. The pink is called Paper Roses. It's one of my favorite colors in the palette. You can easily do a no makeup look with these, even this. And if you want to add color, you know, you have these three colors right here. I really do love this palette. I think it's $36. Too Faced palettes to me are always very affordable. They're one of the companies that I go to when I want to look for new palettes, because $36 for 6 very pigmented shadows is a really, really good deal. So that's that one. And lastly, my last palette, which is the palette I'm wearing today, is probably my all-time favorite palette in my collection. And it's one of those things where you can take all my palettes away, even the Urban Decay Naked Basics, and leave me with this. That's how much I love this palette. And it is the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar. I had been wanting this for months, and I held out on it because, you know, there's a thing called bills, there's a thing called rent that you have to pay for, and I had other priorities. But the second I was able to go out and splurge a little bit on makeup, I picked up this Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar, and I was debating between the first one and the second one, but this one won overall. First off, it smells like chocolate. It's made from real cocoa, but these are the shadows right here, and oh my god, it's heaven. I love this palette. Okay, my favorite shadow out of the palette is called Peanut Butter. A lot of people love, as I was saying before my camera decided to be rude and cut off on me, Peanut Butter is the shade that I really, really love. A lot of people love this, and I can see why. It's a great transition color. It's a great lid color. I just love it. But if you do not have the chocolate bar, I suggest getting it. I really, really do. I know I've seen videos where people say if you have the first one, you don't need the second. But if you don't have any of them, this is the one I would go for, because I like the colors a lot better. The only one I don't like, and this is everybody's opinion, is Pink Sugar. It doesn't show up. It's glittery, and you have to pack it on. The only way I would use it is if I had a color on the lid and I wanted to have a little bit of sparkle. But it doesn't show up on its own at all. It's a very bad color. But other than that, it's a great, great palette. So yeah, that is my favorite palettes. If you have any comments or questions about anything I didn't cover in this video, please please leave them down below. And I'm going to try to be better about filming videos on this channel because I don't want to let it go. I really, really do love it. So yeah, so like I said, if you want to see like my favorite lipsticks or my favorite blushes, foundations, bronzers or whatever, leave a comment down below and I will film that for you. So I'm going to see you later. I hope you guys have a great weekend and take care. Bye.